Hello and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where if you're familiar with the channel and the history of the channel, this puzzle may raise a smile. It was several years ago that I solved a puzzle called the Miracle Sudoku, Mitchell Lee's original puzzle, which had just a 1 and a 2 in the grid. It's been emulated many times, but I have to say that James Kopp, whose puzzle this is, it's a puzzle called 89, has come up with a truly remarkable rule set. The rules are really short. There is a knight's move constraint. I'll explain what this means. And just a restriction on diagonal cells have to have a difference of at least 2. And that is all that is required for this grid to be unique. And apparently 2 of the testers had a go at this, and they said it is as much fun as you can have with your clothes on. So this is what I'm going to have a go at in today's video. Apparently quite approachable as well. I'm looking forward to it. The last puzzle by James I did was absolutely fantastic. That was miracle-esque as well. But I will read you the rules properly in a moment or two's time. Bit of news first. In fact, we do have a Miracle Sudoku app. So if you do enjoy this puzzle, we have other puzzles like this in one of our apps called Miracle Sudoku, appropriate enough. But what I wanted to tell you about is that I think Friday this week, we have a new app coming out, Fog of War Sudoku. This is one we have been working on for ages, and let me read you the names of some of the contributors of puzzles to this pack. Codec, Dorlear, The Peddling Pianist, Marty Sears, Peter Venus, Fistamafel, Mr. Menace, James Sinclair, Florian Wortman, Math Pesto, and Half-Baked Lunatic, to just name some. Now, that will immediately reveal to you that this is a pack of puzzles that is just quite incredible. So anyway, it's finally ready. It's been submitted to Steam. It's also on App Store and Android as well. And yeah, the end of this week, we thought we would let the US election pass by before we did anything dramatic. Yeah, that is something that we are very excited about. Now, what else do I want to mention? Over on Patreon, we've got the brand new Sudoku hunt from the Sudoku Skunkworks, Duality. Have I got a picture? I have got a picture. I'm sure I've got a picture. There we go. And then tomorrow night, actually that picture just reminded me, tomorrow night we're streaming again. Oh, that's not in the right place, is it? Can I shrink it? There we go. Temetsi is what we're streaming. This sort of Hexels game. We did play this level last time. It's a really good game. And 10 o'clock UK time tomorrow, we'd love to have your company for that. And then I've got a few birthdays to do as well. So let me wish. I'll start with Jadawo. I'll wish Jadawo a very happy birthday. Jadawo, I would recommend you watch Mark's video later on this evening. Assuming he can solve the puzzle of yours he's attempting. Oh, I've revealed something there. If it isn't a Jadawo puzzle in Mark's video, you'll know what's happened. But Jadawo actually was responsible for one of our most popular videos ever, which was a miracle. I think that was a Miracle Sudoku with nothing in the grid. We called it something like the Empty Grid Sudoku. I'll try and remember to put a link to that puzzle on the screen. A very good puzzle it was. And Jadawo, I'm not sure how old you are, but I hope you have a great day today with chocolate cake while watching Mark's video later on. Next, Jonty. Jonty, you've turned 21 today, and I know this because your dad Nick wrote to us. You're a student at Cardiff University doing computer science, I think. Currently maybe doing a year in industry in Chester. I hope none of this is news to you. And I hope you have a great birthday today with chocolate cake, of course. Next, Jasmine. Jasmine, you turned 24 today. And I know this because your boyfriend Lachlan wrote to us and said that you try and share the world of CTC with as many people as possible. So thank you for spreading the word. We're greatly appreciative of anybody who tells their friends and family about the existence of the channel in a positive way. There's no good saying, oh, I watched this really nerdy guy solving Sudoku. It was totally boring. Don't tell them that. No, please don't tell them that. Next, James, you've turned the big 4-0 today. And I know this because your wife, Katie, wrote to us. You're over in Estonia, where I have to say, James, I won't reveal what your job is, but it is a very cool sounding job. It is a very cool sounding job. James, I hope you have a great birthday today. And then finally, I'm going to say Danashi. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Danashi, you've turned 25 today. And I know this because your boyfriend, I'm going to say Myland. Myland, is that right? I'm going to say Myland. Your boyfriend Myland wrote to us and said that you both enjoy the puzzles. You tend to solve them. He tends to watch them. And that you make a very good chocolate cake. I don't know, it's your birthday. You shouldn't have to make the chocolate cake for your birthday. But Danashi, I hope you have a very good one today, nevertheless. And with all that said and done, let us turn our attention to 89 by James Kopp. I will read you the extremely short rules. We have got normal Sudoku rules apply. So we have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Cells separated by a single knight's move in chess cannot contain the same digit. So whatever this digit is in the middle of the puzzle, if it was a chess knight, it could bounce to a variety of cells, all of those. Therefore, none of these yellow cells could be the same digit as this green cell here. We have to make sure cells separated by a knight's move in chess are different. And there's only one more rule. Diagonal cell pairs sharing a corner must have a difference of at least 2. So that digit, that digit, that digit, and that digit, they're all diagonal cell pairs with the 9. And they therefore couldn't be, they could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. They couldn't be 8 or 9 because 8 and 9 are within 2 of 9. And that, I think, well, it is. That is all the rules. You know the rules, and so do I. So do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And there may have been a bit of a... I mean, what can we think about here? It must either be 8s or 9s, mustn't it? Probably more likely... Actually, I don't know. No, either of them. I'm not sure. Well, let's work it out. So 8s. 8s. Where can 8s go in the middle box? Well, okay, 8 can only go in one position in the middle box because of the diagonal rule. Sorry, I was very slow to appreciate that, but I shouldn't be surprised because there's not much information in this grid. But 8 can't go in its own row, it can't go a knight's move away from itself, and it can't be diagonally adjacent to a 9. So 8 goes there, and we are off to the races. So 8 is in... Oh, okay. I was going to say 8 is in one of these 3 squares by Sudoku, which is true. I eliminated that one because I thought to do the knight's move, but I've just realised it can't be there because 8 and 8 are not at least 2 different, are they? So that's not 8, so we get another 8. So it looks like 8's are the place to start. Where next? Let's go up here. So 8 can't be a knight's move away from itself, can't be diagonally adjacent to itself. Ooh, that's rather less pleasant, isn't it? There's an 8 in one of 4 places. But my tip for Miracle Sudoku, by the way, if you ever happen to be attempting one of these on your own, do not be afraid to make dramatic pencil marks like this. The original Miracle Sudoku, I had an absolute nonsense in terms of 3s. 3s were pencil marked all over the place, and yet they could be reduced. So it is possible. Oh, although that's... Oh no, that's good as well. Yeah, that is good. So where is 8 in this box? 8 can't go there by knight's move, can't be next to itself. So it's locked into one of those. So the question we ask now is, where does 8 go in row 3? I don't know the answer to that, but I do know it's in one of those 3 squares. Oh, not that one, I suppose. One of these 2 squares, then. Can we do any better? The rather annoying answer to that might be no. Okay, let's try that 8 in box 7. So not there, not a knight's move away, not diagonally adjacent to itself. I mean, there is no restriction on these, is there? And I can't... Well, oh, okay, I was going to say I can't think there's a restriction here, but there is a bit because of the knight's move and the diagonal. Yeah, that's really cool. So 8 is actually very restricted in box 8 as well. Yeah, and now we can ask where 8 goes in row 7. Because it obviously can't be here, can't be here, can't be there, so it's in one of 2 places. Ah, no, it's not. It's within 1 place because it can't be a knight's move away from itself. So actually we get 8 in box 9, which means that can't be 8 by knight's move. These can't be 8s by Sudoku. We will resist doing Sudoku as long as we can, but look, 8 in box 8 is now in the bottom row, so that's placing 8. Placing 8. We're going to get loads of 8s, aren't we? 8 can't go here anymore by knight's move. 8 can't go here by Sudoku. So we get. I was going to say we get all the 8s, but do we? Maybe not, actually. I don't see that there's a way of resolving those using 8, so perhaps we go to 9s. We could go to 9s or 7s, but I guess we go to 9s because at least we get a given 9 in the grid. Right, so 9. Yeah, okay, where is 9 in box 2? That's actually very restricted. It can't go in its own column, it can't go a knight's move away from itself, and it can't be diagonally adjacent to itself. So it's only got 2 possible locations. Ah, what did I do there? I was trying to put 9 into those squares. Now, right, what about an 8 in the middle of a box? That's interesting as well. No jokes about me at parties, thank you. Someone was kind enough to write in and say that they would like to meet me at a party. I can't remember who you were, but it was very, very kind of you. Now, this 8 here is ruling out 9 from 4 diagonal positions in its box, isn't it? That's sort of the most potent position we could put a digit in, is in the centre of its box. Now there's a 9 in one of those 2 squares, so that's not 9. So 9 is in theory in one of these. We might be able to do better. No, actually. Well, if we can, I don't see why. Okay, so let's not do that then. So what about 9 in box 6? It can't go in its own row. It can't be diagonally next to an 8. Oh dear, that's horrible. Oh no, it can't be diagonally next to an 8. Okay, that 8 I was overlooking. Right, one of 3 positions again. That's really strange. I mean, that really isn't very restricted, is it? And it can't be restricted down here. Well, it can't be diagonally next to an 8. But that means... Oh, okay. It can't be here, can it? Because if it was here, it would rule all those positions out of box 6 because of the diagonal rule. In fact, look, it can't be there either. If it was here, if this was a 9, it would see those 2 by knight's move and that one in its own column. So 9 is more restricted than I'd realised. I think all of these positions potentially. But at least they're in the bottom 2 rows of the grid. So if we can just... Yeah, what about that box? Can't... Oh no, that's totally hopeless. Sorry. No, it's definitely not that. Oh, maybe this box then. Yeah, this box is better. 9 is in one of 3 places. It's not brilliant though, is it? So 9 in box 1 can't be diagonally adjacent, so one of 3 positions. No, that 9 is looking, yeah, it's going to be easy to miss things. This is good. That getting rid of a 9 here means that we can think about 9 in column 3 now, can't we? Because we've managed to rule it out of those squares and those squares. So it's in one of 3 positions. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Right, finally we've done something with 9s because... Well, that is interesting. So this rule set with the diagonal addition on top of the knight's move. So I'm very familiar with this pattern. Imagine you had just a normal knight's move Sudoku. If you have a normal knight's move Sudoku and you manage to lock a digit into one of these 2 squares on a border, then you can look at those 2 squares on the adjacent border and say you can't have a 9. Because a 9 here obviously would rule a 9 out of this green square by Sudoku and this green square by knight's move. But here it's more powerful because of the diagonal constraint. Because actually, the diagonal constraint means that once you get that pattern, you can't put a 9 in any one of those 3 positions. Because this one is ruling out all 3 by the diagonal constraint. This one rules out that one by diagonal and those 2 by knight's move and Sudoku. So it's sort of, that's really very, very interesting. I didn't appreciate that before, so it might be that I missed this in another. No. Well, anyway, the upshot is I think we have to look at 9 in column 4, don't we? It now can't be here, it can't be there. It can't be that, well, it can't be here or here, so it's actually placed right at the top there, displacing an 8 pencil mark. So we finish the 8s. And this this 9 is looking into box 1 by knight's move, so we can get rid of that 9 and place a 9 here. These puzzles are fabulous, aren't they? Those 2 get ruled out. Oh, that's big, look at that. So we can tidy up some pencil marking, Where's 9 in column 8? Look, we've ruled out those positions now. So I think there's only one place left, which is there. Are we going to get left with a deadly pattern on 9s as well? Probably is the answer. What about 9 in box 8? Can we do that? No, yes we can actually. One of those 2. Because it can't go in its own row and it can't be diagonally opposite an 8. So that's 9. That's 9 because it can't go next to itself. That's 9. So all the 8s and the 9s get done. Now, here is a good question. Which digits should we focus on now? And if your answer to that is anything other than 7, good luck to you. Because that's really cool. The only digit that is under any pressure at all in this puzzle now is 7. Because 6 is 2 away from 8 and 9. So it's under 0 restriction. And obviously the same is true for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. So we literally just have to think about, well, in fact, 7 is not impacted by 9 either. So it's literally the effect of 8 on 7 that we have to think about. So maybe here, because we said that this was the most potent position if you could put a digit in the middle of a box. It's ruling, yeah, no, actually no. Let's use colours. So the 7 is in one of those 3. Yeah, that's weird actually. It's not terribly restricted, is it? So 7 I think has 4 positions in box 6. I'm just going to mull that for a moment. It can be diagonally adjacent to a 9. Oh, no, okay, this might be harder than I thought. Where should we look? Should we look at this box? I don't like the look of this box, I have to say. Box 9 looks horrendous. Or horrendously open, I should say. What about this box? 7 can go. It can't go there or there. It's actually got loads of positions again. So there must be something that I've not appreciated about how these digits are restricted. It's because it's going to have loads of positions as well, isn't it, in box 1, I think. I mean, I can see things like, if this was the one in box 1, it would rule out 3 positions from 7 or 4, 7 in box 2. So if this is 7, did I say 1? I meant to say 7. If this is 7, this is 7, this is 7, one of these 2 is 7. I don't know. Let's continue on our journey to discover the meaning of 7. So we get it again there. It's just not helpful. It's just not. Oh dear. Okay, what about the middle box? That one is taken out, that one. I mean, it's really open. Oh no, hang on, that's taken out by the 8 poking in on the diagonal. So it's only 4 positions. I mean, it's still a lot. Ah, well, that's the first cell that's interesting to me in terms of I've actually done something as a result of this pattern. That square can't be a 7 now, because I couldn't put 7 in the middle box. If that's a 7, the 2 diagonals would be ruled out, the knight's move would be ruled out, and its own row would be ruled out. So that loses its purplification. So maybe 7 down here is somehow important. It's not. It's just not going to be, is it? I think it's got... Oh no, that one's ruled out by the 8 on the diagonal. Yeah, that's good though. Now look at this square. If that square's 7, it's taking care of all those possible 7 positions. So I don't think that's a 7. So 7 is now in one of 2 places. Now surely that means something. I mean, I'm sure it does. I just have to figure it out. What's that doing? I want to say one of these is now difficult, but I'm not sure that's true. I'm sorry, I can't see it. Okay, let's try this box then. So 7 can't be next to an 8 on the diagonal. I mean, hang on. That one are okay. This is not. Ah, okay. So it goes down to there. I don't think that's good, is it? I don't think it is. Wow. I mean, it's very clever, this. It really is very clever, because there doesn't seem to be enough information. I put all the 9s and the 8s in, didn't I? I think I have. But I mean, this box is just totally hopeless. I mean, I think we're only getting rid of 1 cell. Which seems a very, very... Oh, so is there a row or column where... I suppose you've only got 2 positions. Ah, that's it. No, it's not. Oh, I thought for a moment there were only 2 positions in row 2 for a 7. And I was about to get very interested in those 2 squares. But it's just not true, so we have to abandon that. Row 5, maybe. No. Okay, so it's going to be another cell. There's some cell in this puzzle where, for reasons that will hopefully be clear once we spot it, you can't put one of these naughty 7s. And that cell is... I haven't got a clue. I have not got a clue. If... Oh, this is intriguing. Where are you, naughty cell? Nope, I still haven't got it. If that's a 7, I think we're okay, aren't we? You get a 7 there, a 7 there, a 7 there, a 7 there. I mean, the moment we get 1 7, I think we're going to get all of them. That might not be quite true, but it's very close to being true. Oh, in fact, that doesn't work. I don't like that, though. That's bifurcation. So there must be a way of seeing that in a different way. I can see if I do go for this one, I fail to be able to place a 7 in box 2. But that's, you know, it's only foreseeable by sort of placing all these digits in and seeing the effect. So I think there might be a better way of doing that, he says, now desperately trying to work out what that way might be. What about... It's all very well to say there might be a better way, but if I can't find it, that's not going to be helpful. Where might it be? Ah, there's interesting. That one. Well, that's it. So I'd missed the fact, look, that this can't be a 7 because it's diagonally opposite an 8. And that's very exciting for this digit. The things I find exciting might not be the same as everyone else, but this is great because this can't be a 7 now. Because if it's a 7, it's taking care of all those positions, these two by knight's move, this by diagonal. So that loses its 7ification. Now, has that really helped though? So what I look for up here, I can now do here. This is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yes. Wow, this is a very good puzzle. It's a very good puzzle. But look now, look at row 8. Where is the 7? The answer is I don't know, but apparently it's in one of two places. And that means there's no way this can be a 7, because that would obviously rule out both of those two places using the diagonal rule. And now there may be more we can do with this, but the thing I'm immediately seeing is that column 3, we've only got 2 positions for 7 left, and that means all of those squares lose their 7. This loses its 7 because that would take care of both of those positions. This actually, that loses its 7. That just wipes out the 7s by knight's move. So now there's only one position for 7 in row 2. That is absolutely marvellous. Whoa. Right, so what does this do? So these lose their 7. These lose their 7. Oops, let's put the 9 back in. There's a 7 in one of those, which takes care of that one. That one comes out because these two come out. There's a 7 in one of these two. Now, almost certainly we can do better than this. That one can't be a 7 because look at its effect on box 5. These two would come out. That comes out by knight's move. Now where's the 7 in row 8? It's only there, which means that's a 7. Let's get rid of more pencil marking. Oh, whoopsie. I keep removing digits as well, which is not going to help me. Okay. That means... what does that mean? Can we do more? Or do we have to go to 6s? There is a question. Don't know. I'm not sure. It does feel to me no, that one is not good. These diagonal opportunities. Have I got more? I was wondering if I've got another 8 opposite something that would help me here, but I can't see it. I mean, if you do make, yeah, again now it's getting. Oh, I see. There, I can just take this one out. If I make that a 7, where do I put 7 in row 3? It's beautiful again. It takes care of the diagonal and the knight's move, so that's not 7. So there's only one place now for 7 in row 4, which takes care of that 7 on the diagonal. So that finishes the 7s in boxes 1 and 2. Let's take care of that one. The fact that there is a 7 in these now removes a 7 from there, which means there's a 7 in one of those, which means that's a 7. This loses its 7. That's a 7, and that's a 7. All the 7s get finished. That's great. And now we just have to do 6s. So again, it's going to be the same sort of thing, isn't it? We're going to have to... Well, I'll start here probably, with the 7 in the middle of its box. So the 6 is in one of those. Let's change the colour. Let's use orange this time. You get these weird patterns. Let's try this box. Yeah, that's 7's poking in, isn't it? The 7's on the diagonal in box 8. Now, surely that does something. If Oh, I don't know. I can't see what it's doing. That seven's. Oh, that seven's useless practically. It really doesn't get rid of much at all. What about no? That 7 doesn't look good. Where do we think? Maybe this box then? That doesn't. That also doesn't have the feel of anything particularly profound. That's not 7. Let's remember. Oh, that's not 7 either. Let's remember these 7s that poke in from other boxes. I've already fallen foul of that, haven't I? Could we do something? Yeah, see, look here now. If this is the pattern of 7s in box 2, this can't be a 7. This 6 is. Sorry. If this is the pattern of 6s, this can't be a 6 because it would wipe all of the positions out. So that loses its orange. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to have to plot exactly. That's not 7. 6. Sorry, Freudian slip. That's not 6. Yeah, look at this square now. That's taking care of all the oranges in box 5. So now this can't be. In fact, this pattern is really quite restricted. That can't be a 6. That can't be a 6 because of the knight's move. So the 6 has really got restricted in box 9. We can do better. That can't be a 6. It would rule both of these squares out. That can't be a 6. It would rule both of these squares out. Come on now. That can't be a 6. It would rule both of those squares out. We're getting very restricted on 6s in this row and this row. And I haven't even pencil marked 6 in this box yet. Although, oh, this 7's good. Yeah, that's great. There's only 4 positions. Now, well, this one can't be. That would rule. Again, box 5 is being very helpful. And now, where's the 6 in column 7? It's got 1 position, and it's there. And that is going to tidy up loads of orangification in the grid. That becomes the 6 in box 2. That becomes the 6. That becomes the 6. That becomes the 6. Yeah. That becomes a 6. This is where we get a clash of 6s, and it's like, oh, he's made a mistake. Please don't make a mistake, Simon. That still seems fine. Is that all the 6s? I think we've just put them all in. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's all of them. Right, double click oranges, remove oranges, go to 5s, change the colour. Let's look for blue. Blue 5s. So that can't be one. Oh, can we do something clever there? I can't. Maybe that 6 is powerful. Takes both of those squares out. So 6 is restricted in box 3. Now, I don't know. There's a 6 in the middle of a box though. So 6 is really restricted. We might find it gets easier actually. This 6. Yeah. We might find it gets easier because as you get more digits into these miracle Sudokus, they inevitably seem to give up a little bit. Now this square can't be a 5 because that would take care of both of those. What about here? We've got 3 positions because of this 6 looking in. So the 5 is in one of those cells. Now, is that resolvable? This can't be a 5 because that would remove both of the positions in box 5 again. So box 5's really been tremendously helpful. And can we deploy that logic in this box somehow? I'm not sure. I probably should just be diligent and go through and highlight all the positions for 5s before we go much further. Oh, look at this box. These 2 6s take care of those. So 5 is in the bottom row, which means it's not here. So it's in one of those 2 squares, which means it's not here. Now that must be good. He says, trying to spot why. Yeah, there we go. Look at column 7. there is a 5 in one of these squares. So this can't be a 5. It would rule both of those positions out. So we get a 5, and we get another 5, and we get another 5, and another 5, and another 5, and another 5, and yep, another 5, and another 5, and another 5. And I don't think any of those clashed. So that's rather lovely. Now 4. 4 must be not diagonally adjacent. Oh no, I was going to put pencil marks. I'm not going to do that. Let's do... Oh, have I used purple? I'll use green this time. Let's see if we can do any better. So 4 is in one of those. 4 can't, oh look, 4 in this box is very, very restricted. So 4 must be in one of those and can't be diagonally adjacent to a 5. So 4 is in one of these two. 4 is in one of... not there because of this naughty 5. One of those. Let's just fully pencil mark this one and then see what we can do. Right, that's, I think, approximately the... Oh, there's a 5 looking in there, so that can't be the 4. Now, how do we take that forward? I'd love it if this resisted now. I'd be incredibly surprised because it ought to be easier than the last steps, but I can't immediately see what to do. Which probably means that I've overlooked a 5, like looking into another box or something. Where are you? What's going on here? Or, no, well, the other thing we could do is try and do sort of column logic again, isn't it? Like these two, is there anything within a knight's move of both of those, or a diagonal? Not quite, I don't think. But yeah, that works better on this column, actually. One of those two squares has to be a 4, so that certainly can't be a 4. Now that means one of these is a 4, which means these aren't. Now this square can't be a 4, or it would remove all 4ification from box 6. So the 4 goes there, 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 and all the 4s get done. Oh, this is fantastic, isn't it? It really is. 3s. So 3s can never be diagonally opposite 4s. We'll carry on trying to colour. Although yeah, those first 2 boxes I seem to have picked have done very little for me. Oh, that one's doing a little bit. Oh no, that's actually done. Look, this 4 and this 4 take care of 2 places, so I actually get one immediately here, which hasn't happened before. Now, can we keep that going? I'm not sure. So I'll carry on colouring. These 2, that's definitely not one. What about down here? Oh yeah, look. This 4 taking care of 3 here means there's only one place for 3 here. So 3, 3. Oh, that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. We haven't had many 3s in the corner recently, but that is a whole flurry of them. I did put them all in, did I? Yeah, I did. So we've just got 1s and 2s to do, and all we have to do is to find a 3 on a diagonal that sees a cell. And that takes care of the 2, doesn't it? So that's 2, that's 1, that's 1, that's 2, that's 1, that's 2, that's 1, that's 2, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 1, 2 and 1. What a puzzle. That is absolutely brilliant. 60 people have solved it in a month. Well, that's 60 people who've had an incredible amount of joy, I would say. And I will add myself to that coterie. Absolutely brilliant, James. Again, let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.